We're live. We're live. Is the sound okay? Sound check. The door may open during this because at the moment he's currently having a shower. Get in there, son. Get in there. And we've found through other live streams that when I am talking, he's found his tail. Sometimes he doesn't like it when we're sat here talking away, and he'll get up and don't fight your tail. He'll get up and leave. Sound is pretty good at the moment. He's biting his tail. One idiot. Hi, welcome to the Winters SEO live stream. New year, new resolution. Hello everyone. Hello everyone in the chat. Hello everyone who's watching this as a VOD later. 2024 in August 2024. I would have been doing the YouTubes for 10 years. 10 years. Coming up on 10 years. So I want to thank everyone who's watching this. Everyone who supported the channel. Look, hundreds of videos. Thousands of hours of content. Which would not be possible without you lovely people out there. All my members. All my subscribers. All my patrons. You guys. We're still doing this after 10 years. Well, almost 10 years. Oh God. How long will it go on for? I don't know. Hi. Hello chat. Eco, Geo, Carl, Epic Votan, Christopher Guerrera, Coco, someone, Jordan S. Hello to everyone in the mug club. We're up to 33 mugs in the world now. So thank you everyone who's bought a mug as well and bought some merch as well. You are epic. Thank you for supporting the channel in any way that you do. Happy New Year. Hello chat. How are we doing? How we doing? Hello. New year, new army. New year, new army. I wanted to ask you guys, new year, new army, what new army are you getting? The new army that I'm getting, I mentioned this in other live streams. I don't think it's that much of a secret. I am going to be focusing on Iron Hands in 2024. That is going to be my new army. So I finished off a couple of Iron Hands dudes with some conversion bits there from marchofwar.co.uk. There's an Iron Hand dude. Here is another Iron Hand dude with all the squiggly bits. How do you do the thing where it focuses on the thing? I don't know. I'm waiting for the flock to come for the bases because I'm going to flock them yellowish and that's coming from Element Games. Thank you everyone who uses the Element link that is in the bottom of the battle reports, because when you buy stuff from Element Games through my link, it directly supports the channel as well. It's why I've been able to buy so much stuff. Dear, yes, like the stream. Let the algorithm, the machine spirit, know that you like this sort of thing. Apparently you're supposed to thumb up and like and things like that. Tau battle suits are a go in 2024. Tau battle suits, Timothy Unwin, are always a go, Timothy Unwin. Tau battle suits are all, if you're playing Tau, why bring infantry and tanks when you can bring battle suits? It's the only army where you can bring all the battle suits. Is the Iron Hands for 30k. The plan is to work on the Iron Hands for 30k originally, yes. But I've been thinking and I've been working. And Steve, not Rob, is in the chat. Hi, Steve. I will see you Sunday. I've been working. The plan is actually, I think, well, it's more of an idea. It's it's like that line in Pirates of the Caribbean. Where's the rum gone? No, it's more like it's not rules per se as some suggestions. So the idea is to make an Iron Hands force for 30k, and I think the idea is to then branch out and add some stuff for 40k as well. That's the plan. Alan Godfrey is finishing his Emperor's Children this year. And Mr. Potato Butt has been a member for 6 months. Thank you. We're all nerds here. Thank you. Greetings to Winters. Greetings to you, Mr. Potato Butt. We are all nerds. Nerds have taken over the world, like the Jeff Bezoses and the Elon Musks, and nerds took over the world. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, nerds are cool. Eco Gico, your new army is going to be Bretonians. The old world is coming back. Anyone excited for the old world? Feddekin Commando, that's a good question. Has Winter said if he'll be doing Legion Imperialis? Well, I'll have you know that on Sunday there is a Legion Imperialis battle report coming out. Um, I didn't play. Monkey and Sultan were in the room, shouting each other, flipping tables, getting very violent. And I watched the game and I filmed it because it's first time on cap. I needed help, so we filmed that one, and I tell you what, I'm very impressed by that game system. It looked very easy to play. It was very tactical. What you do is you put down all your orders, like you put down some orders, your opponent put down some orders, and you put them all face down so you don't know what your orders are, whether you're going forward, whether you're going back, whether you're shooting, whether you're standing firm. And then you turn over the orders, and then you find out what your opponent's doing. And then you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. So someone moves a thing, then you move a thing, then someone moves a thing and moves a thing. So you don't know really what's... So there's a real room for some tactical play in it. Real tactical plays in it. So I was very excited to see it. Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, thank you for the 13 months. How goes it today? Thanks for all the content. It goes really well. It goes really well. It's a new year, new army coming. I celebrated New Year's Day. New Year's Eve was very exciting as well. I had some spaghetti. It was wild. Actually, today I had to go to the doctors because of my eye thing, which a lot of you people know about. Every time I go there and do the eye thing and all the eye tests, I realise just how bad this one in particular is getting. Oh dear. Hopefully it'll hang in there for a few more years so I can keep painting. Stoked for the old world, Mr. Potato Butt as well. Good. Kaiser is starting my Emperor's Children. Steve, not Rob, what army are you bringing on Sunday, by the way? I'm seeing you want to go out now. You know how to open doors. Open it. You know how to... Steve, what are you bringing? You know how to open doors. Show the internet. Opposable thumbs. Go on. Action Kitty. Don't come back. Yeah, Stylus is coming on Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Steve, on Sunday. It's been a while since they put the titanium in you. As an old Epic Space Marine and Titans Legion player, I'm very interested. Legio Imperialis was good. It was good to watch. Very good. I think it's going to be a good game. Anyone going to the big Warhammer World Heresy 2 Day event in March? No one is going. You're the only person, Sasha, I'm afraid. New army is Penal Legion? Nice. You bring in Salamanders, Steve. Salamanders. I didn't even know you had Salamanders. Have I played your Salamanders? I'm not even sure you had Salamanders. You're talking about Salamanders 40k, right? You're not playing 30k with your group, I'm pretty certain. This new epic will potentially be easy to add Xenos armies than Adeptus Titanicus is. See, this is the thing about Legio Imperialis. The old epic game, there was orcs in it, right, Kurt? There were orcs and things and Eldar, and I remember playing the original epic way back in the day. I played it so much that I got my girlfriend into it at the time. You're talking a long time ago now, the 90s. And she played orcs with the old giant lead Gargant model and the Stomper models and the things like that. Played a lot of epic back then. It was very exciting. And then I bought a couple of Thunderhawks, and Thunderhawks changed the game because you could move so far and drop off some stuff in the backfield to steal objectives, and I kept winning, and so she wouldn't play with me anymore. Thank you, Dats and Des. Working on my orcs for the next crusade. I need to work on my orcs as well. I've got some ideas because the Orcs Codex is coming out. We've got lots of new things happening in the new year, haven't we? It's the Orc Codex is coming out in spring, they've announced, and there's another codex coming out. And I'm wondering, well, I've been thinking I really should add to my orcs because for tomorrow, for the members video for Wednesdays, it's another orc one. I did one on Sunday, which was terribly exciting, and so I just have so much fun playing orcs. I did them 2 in a row. So the Sunday one and the Wednesday one, orc. Orcs are fun. Orcs are really fun to play, and I'm like, I need to add more orcs, and I can't. Den of Imagination painted all my orcs, so I need to talk to them about adding some orcs. But I think I need to wait till the new codex comes out to see what's in it before I add to my orcs. Adam Godfrey, thank you for your 17 months. Your cat is class. He's not. He's smelly. He's old, and he wakes me up. He woke me up this morning. He like kicked in the bedroom door and went meow. It's like. I didn't. My cat often sits on a sofa watching bat reps with me. Nice. William Willis, thank you for the first donation of the stream. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Happy Hobbity New Year, Winters. I hope you enjoyed at least half of your Xmas prezzies as much as you would like, and like less than half of them as much as you deserved. Dude, William, my wife has been smashing Lord of the Rings all the way through the holiday. She's watched it like 28 times over. And she doesn't like fantasy, and I got her into Lord of the Rings, and she just watched it and watched it and watched it again. And only she was still asking questions today. She tried to get into The Hobbit and stopped that after about half hour because The Hobbit. Torch, thank you for your 20 months. Tier 3 membership. You legend. No comment, just a massive heart. That's how the kids do it, right? They do. How do they do? You do the heart thing. I can't do the heart thing. The kids do the heart thing. Thank you for the heart thing. Ah, dear. Had a Space Marine Guard and Squats army before Jarvis retconned Squats. Did you ever play Battlefleet Gothic? I didn't. That's one of the games that I missed, Battlefleet Gothic. What did I play? I played HeroQuest, Warhammer Fantasy, the Roleplay, Dark Future, Chainsaw Warrior, Space Hulk, Blood Bowl. I'm thinking about all the old games that I played. I mean, a lot. My brain's gone. But I do remember that I didn't ever play Battlefleet Gothic. And I'd like to see it come out again and other people to play it again. And then I can film it again. Orcs vs. World Eaters was great. It was a good one. It was such good fun. Orcs vs. World Eaters. 2 armies going to war. Brah. So it's like, I have to play that again. Like I said, the Wednesday Battle Report, 4 members, is going to be Orcs again. And I rarely have done it where there's like Orcs and then Orcs again, or Death Guard and then Death Guard again, or Necrons. But I just have so much fun playing with Orcs. And one of the reasons why it's fun playing with Orcs, as well as just the fun, is the fact that every single time you play with Orcs, you win, right? Every single time you play with Orcs. What armies did you have for fantasy? I had, this is back in the day, Skeletons, Goblins, and Orcs. Do you like the new HeroQuest relaunch? That has gone over my head. Have they relaunched HeroQuest? Have they? Have they relaunched HeroQuest? I missed Necromunda as well. I've played Necromunda. I've been involved with Necromunda recently. Have they released HeroQuest? Have they really? Yes, they have. I might have to check that out. HeroQuest was a stunning game. Mordheim? Yes. Still hoping for Traitor Guard and a new Xenos army to appear, or at least option house rule some Xenos. Traitor Guard, bad mech. Maybe after the squat launch they get icky feet. Maybe. And there's been so many supply issues at Games Workshop right now. They can't even supply us with the things that we need, right? Let alone another army that they think we need. What do I think will be the next big Horus Heresy plastic release, Chief? They did those things, didn't they? And there was a thing, and there was a Horus Heresy video, and it looked like Zola Auxilia are going to get some Horus Heresy love. If Zola Auxilia gets some Heresy love and come out in plastic, and we're talking about a full range, that there is a home goal for Games Workshop, because there's going to be so many Guard players who play 40k who are going to buy it and run their Solar Auxilia as Guard for 40k. The only difference is the tanks in Horus Heresy don't come with sponsoons, but there's so many things that you could use from the Horus Heresy range in the 40k range, and any miniature range which overlaps over the 2 ranges. Like demons are the same thing. Most of the demons that you can get for 40k you can also play in AOS. It just seems like a no-brainer to me that they should make some miniature ranges that can overlap from one to the other, because then they just sell more stuff. Ah dear. Over 100 people in here. Remember to smash that like button. Yes, Cracks Oberon. Yes, the Machine Spirit needs to know of your love. of hitting the thing. New army, you say? Yes. My new army will be Iron Hands, Eternal Crusader. What will your new army be? John Battle has been a member for 17 months. Happy New Year. Thank you for 17 months, by the way. To you and everyone enjoying this. Do you have any hopes for Old World? What faction would be your dream army in the Old World? Dream army in the Old World. See, that's the thing. When it comes to the Old World, it's like I didn't play it after. I didn't play it late in the edition. I played like way early, like 30 years ago, maybe. So I don't really have dream faction for the Old World. I mean, I do like orcs. I do like orcs and goblins. I do like silly stuff, like the guys with the chain, the balls on chains spinning around all over the place. The weird boys whose head explodes. What were the goblins called? The crazy goblins that you would just unleash into the army, swinging their things, and they would just go through. They had some funny rules. You could do some wild stuff with them. So I want to see the rules for those armies re-released. Classic orcs, classic goblins. They'll be nice. The Skaven were pretty good as well, with all their explosions and shotguns and powder and things. And particularly when it blew up in your own lines, that was really funny. I like the fun stuff. I like weird things happening. I like explosions. I like perils of the warp. I like immobilizations and pinning and things like that in Heresy. And in 40k, I like playing orcs because things horribly go wrong. I like it when stuff blows up and I like getting hot. I like the weird stuff happening. That's when the battle, even when it happens to you or your opponent, it doesn't matter. That's when stuff unexpected happens. That's when the battle comes alive. It's Fanatics. Thank you. Yeah, the Fanatics were fun. They were fun. Grey Knights for you, for your new army. Yeah, I really should play with my Grey Knight, shouldn't I? That's another new... I'm going to write that down. I haven't actually pulled out the Grey Knights since... I'm writing it down. I haven't actually put... Not on that one. I need that piece. I haven't played out the Grey Knight since 10th dropped. And I want to find out what the Grey Knights do, moving around all over the place. The thing about 10th is there's like 2 or 3 lists that you play, which are like top tier lists. These are the lists. And if you don't play those top lists, then you're like, you're automatically playing on hard mode. So for Necrons, for example, I can do all the Canoptic stuff, and I've got one... what's happened to the stream? It says excellent collection, but I've lost some stuff. And I've got one Catan. The way to run it is with all the Canoptic stuff and a Catan, a big Catan. And the way everyone runs it is all the Canoptic stuff and a couple of Catans. You know, a couple of big, like the Void Dragon, and it's the Catan thing is the thing. And that's about the closest army I can get to full-on competitive right now, I think, the Necrons. And if you don't play full-on competitive, like tier meta lists, then it is like playing in hard mode these days. So Grey Knights, I don't have any of the meta... I don't think I can pull out a meta list with them, but I am looking forward to it. My stream over here, the YouTube thing, is saying things and has gone blank, and I'm very confused, but you're still talking to me, so I think we're okay. Is everyone okay? Are we still okay? It's back. The thing that disappeared is now back again. Are we still here? Is everyone here? Are you here? I'm here. Are you here? I want to know. Are you here? Snotling Pump Wagons. Exactly. The first Hobbit movie is good. The other two not so much. Goblin Fanatics or Random Madness. I know. Plow into enemy and your own forces. My Skaven Warpfire Flamers always blow up. Exactly. They just go. You're here. You're here. Everyone's here. Who's where? Here. Here. Are we here? Or there, or where? Wherever you are you there? Because I'm here, and I need to know if you're there. Simon Boy. Long time since last watched you. Dropped out of the hobby due to mental health. Sorry to hear it. Watch your video about dealings with your own issues and got inspired to get back into the hobby, so thank you. Yeah, man. It's a roller coaster. As the great poet Ronan Keaton once said, life is a roller coaster. Just got to ride it. Just got to keep going. Keep going, mate. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just keep going. You've survived 100% of your bad days. Loud and clear. I'm here. You're there. Here. Happy New Year. Here. 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 hair here with Nell and I. Any old people in the chat get that reference with Nell and I? Scrubbers! We went on holiday by mistake. The Goblin Doom Diver was another great wonky unit. Exactly. This is, see, they've taken a bit of the wonkiness out of 40k, particularly in the orcs. You know, when you used to fire there was with the shock attack gun. Sometimes the shock attack gun could go wrong because you rolled double ones, and that meant the shock attack orc user, the mech, fired himself through the shock attack gun into the enemy and died, and you picked it up, you rolled double ones. And they've flattened out some of those crazinesses in 40k at the moment, which is sad, Panda. And hopefully they don't flatten out those crazinesses in Old World, because those crazinesses is when the battlefield comes alive. That's when the battlefield sings. And I'm glad they haven't flattened it out in Heresy either, because that's when it comes alive and sings. But 40k is it's strong now. The force is strong with that one. There's a few ways to play every single faction, and finding those ways, minecrafting your way to the bottom and finding the perfect ways of playing them and getting them all together and then playing them that way is a journey, an epic journey in itself, which I really enjoy as well. Are you the farmer? I don't know who. What? So, yes, everything's fine. We're good. This is on. You're good. We're good. Happy New Year, everyone. What are your resolutions? I do have a new resolution this year. My resolution is not to take my hat off when I'm in the shower now. I'm just going to leave it on in the shower. It's every time I take it off in the shower, it's sad. My head gets cold. Are you the farmer? Shut that gate and keep it shut. We've got with Nell and I quotes. I'm back. I know what you're talking about now. This is a Camberwell carrot. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm will not know what that is and won't ban the stream on that one. But those who know. New army. Camberwell carrot. Yes, Willy Willer. Dude, that film is so quotable. I remember first checking it out in university. It's so quotable. It's up there with like Pulp Fiction as one of the most quotable movies of all time ever. Anyway, so new year, new resolution. Have you guys got any new resolutions or new armies that you're thinking of doing? For me, Iron Hands for 30k. And then I really want to, once I've broken the back of that, add to Iron Hands in 40k as well. It's a thing that's been on my brain forever. Like, I can definitely use these. I know they got spiky bits on and stuff, but you could definitely run them as Primaris Marines in 40k as well, because Iron Hands are just tragic and their lore is tragic, and there's so many conversion options. My hobby mojo sings whenever I have a look at. And what are you doing, computer? Why are you telling me this now? There may be technical issues. Are we still here? I'm here. Are you here? New year, new narrative campaign. Any plans? That's a good question, Marius. I rely on other people who want to do a campaign with me, a narrative campaign with me. This doesn't happen on its own. And so far, none of the unpaid interns have said they want to do a campaign at this time. You're here. We're here. Andy Henderson, thank you for the 23 months. 23 months. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. You're smashing it, mate. 23 months. Have I really been doing this membership thing for that long? Wow. You're probably like one of the old, yes, the oldest. Got a World Eaters Christmas box. It's blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. World Eaters. Such, again, a good army. Good choice. They go one way and do one thing, and they do it really well. And lots of opportunities for conversion work in the World Eaters as well. Like at the Bat Report on the Sunday, did you see what Plant did with that? Did you see the Berserker riding the Defiler? And it's got a name, there's a thing for it, and he put the chains on, and it just, what an absolute legend. Need more lore stories on the 13th. I know, right? We do. We do need them. How are we going to get them? When are you doing Old World, and what army are you doing? Mad Larkin, that is a genius name, by the way. So I've read Gaunt's Ghosts a lot, and I finally got Gaunt's Ghosts on the Audible. So I thought I'd listen to it on the Audible for the first time. And I got 8 hours and 50 minutes left of First and Only, which was the first and only book released by the Black Library at time of release. There were no other books released by Black Library. It was the first and only, and I got it on Audible. And the idea is to make my way through all of Gaunt's Ghosts while listening to make my way through the Iron Hands by listening to all the Gaunt's Ghosts as I make my way through. What was the question? Dickie, thank you for gifting a membership. I love you. Thank you, Dickie. Legend. Thank you, Azuran. Thanks for the videos. Back to work for me. Timothy Unwin was gifted a membership from Dickie. Timothy, don't forget to say thanks to Dickie. He's been very kind. What was the question? Gaunt's Ghost books are awesome. They are. I've heard from a few people that they've found there's a couple of people. Now, bear in mind that these objections are rare, but there are objections. There are a couple of people I've talked to who said they find them a little bit troubling to get into, or a little bit slow to get into, or da da da. Now, 99.999% of people that I know that have done Gaunt's Ghosts, smash the Gaunt's Ghosts, love the Gaunt's Ghost. But there are a couple of people out there that are like, well, it was mid at the start. If you're one of those people that starts Gaunt's Ghosts and find it a bit mid at the start, keep going, because the Gaunt's Ghosts series is one of these series that just gets better and better and better. Like the founding's good, the Saint is even better. It just gets better. By the time you hit Vervenhive, which is the last book of the Gaunt's Ghosts founding season 1, it's one of the best Hive battle fights, Hive City battle fights there. It's amazing. This is going so quick. Welcome to the 13th tier 3. Thank you, Hoop Dog. Thank you for tier 2. Thank you for joining the 13th at tier 2. I appreciate you. That gets you access to the Discord. Jump into the Discord. You will get a big high. Tier 1 gives you the custom badges that you can see in the stream. Tier 2 gets you access to the Discord. I want to take this opportunity, by the way. There's a few people in the Discord, like Jink and Hotspring, and not Hotspring. Maybe he does as well, but Jink and a few others that routinely and regularly welcome everyone who's new to the Discord and say hi, hi, hi. I want to thank the people who do that in the Discord, welcoming, saying hi to all the new people that join the community. Thank you for religiously doing that. I appreciate it. You're very kind, making people feel welcome. So jump in. People will make you feel welcome. I would recommend to anyone who does join the Discord to just be chatty, be open, it's active. People in there are very friendly, and we're starting Hobby Apocalypse soon. Has perhaps started the Hobby Apocalypse things. Necropolis is the best book, I think. Mad Larkin would know. The best book. I've got a real soft spot for Salvation's Reach. I've got a real soft spot for, I think it's called Only in Death, the Hinsen House one, the haunted house at the end of the world, where the wind moves through the valleys and makes a sound like skulls with the tops sawn off. I've got a real one for that. And Vervenhive, Necropolis, that one's really good. But I think favourites, it changes. Marius Gage has become a tier 3 30. Thank you, Marius. I appreciate you. Tier 3 then gets you access to the extra battle report every single Winter's Wednesday as well. Hell's Reach is good. Where are we? Hoop Dog. I didn't realise my membership had stopped. That's why it's jumped back in. Oh dear. Would your gaming group ever attempt a Medusa 5 style competition for your members? We did the Gehenna campaign last year or the year before. I think it was the year before last. At the moment, people keep asking me about campaigns and the lore things and the stuff. So at the moment, this is a good question actually. When it comes to lore, when it comes to campaigns, when it comes to all the other stuff that I've been doing for the last 10 years, at the moment there's so much going on in the hobby with the launch of 10th edition. I'm still getting into Heresy. I filmed Legion Imperialis, and that battle report is coming out on Sunday. Then Old World is coming at some point soon. It's being leaked everywhere all the time. There's so much going on that, and also I rely on other people for helping me plan and make campaigns and stuff and things, that at the moment I'm just trying to keep up. Just trying to focus on the content and get the content out there. So there's no other plans at this time for things. But it doesn't mean that there won't be a plan next week, next month, next year. Plans don't survive first contact with the enemy. Does that make sense? It would be great to see a bump in North American membership so we can lure Winters back over the pond more often. It's cheaper for 1 month than getting a single Starbucks. It is. It is. Yeah. I keep meaning to get over to America at some point. I've been to Mini Wargaming a couple of times. And that's Canadian land. I don't think that counts as North American, though, Canadian land. I think when you mean North American, I think you mean America. I don't think Canada counts, because Canada isn't really American, is it? It's more like... Canada's more like... I mean, they're so friendly. They do have guns as well. But they've also got healthcare. So they're very friendly people. They will say sorry all the time. They apologize all the time. There's a lot of French there as well. And then you've got America. And America is this wide, vast, huge continent in its own right with just a bunch of crazy people in it. And I'd love to go over there to America again. I've only been once in my life. And I went all the way to your fine state of California and moved around and traveled around a bit in California. But I'd love to get over there and get some games in with a few people over there. That would be nice. That would be nice. Simply Warhammer gifted a membership. Thank you, Simply Warhammer Andy. Check out Simply Warhammer on YouTube for simple Warhammer videos. And you'll come in here, Simply Andy, on next Sunday. With your 1,000 sons. We are a kind and hardy breed. Sasha, thank you for thanking Simply Warhammer. Canadians are a good bunch. They are, aren't they? They are. My plan is right now to finish the Heresy books by the end of the Death Volume 3. Just finished Ruinstorm, which I loved. Ruinstorm, I've heard quite a lot of people say they really like the Ruinstorm one. And you know what? I didn't like it very much. I think it's because it's got all those Chaos people in it, and I'm not a Chaos person. I think my pussy is at the door. 1 minute. You don't want to come in. I'm on the internet talking to the world right now, and then you'll come in, and then you'll hear me talking all the time, and then you'll get upset and you want to go again. So are you coming in or are you going? You coming in? You coming in? What, you want to go in the wardrobe? Or I've got to talk to the world. What? Right, we'll see if he stays or goes. Go to Las Vegas Open. You know, playing competitive 40k is my idea of hell. I'd rather not. Thank you very much. I play games for fun. I mean, I was forced to play competitive 40k a couple of years ago, and I am the 2021 No Retreat Legend of Legends Champions. I won a GT. You don't want me to unleash the dragon, because I will just destroy. I will win the LVO. I will win the London GT. I will win all the things all the time. It's easy. All you have to do is practice and write the most cheesy list in the world ever and cheat. Cheat all the time. Like when you roll the dice, try and twist the dice so your 2s becomes 3s. When you pick up miniatures from the table, get your hand in there and get loads out. And if you get good at the action, like a proper magician, when you get your hand in there, you can pick up 1 or 2 of your opponent's minis at the same time. Like you get in there, pick up your Space Marines and a couple of Eldar go at the same time. You go in over there and you pick up a couple of things and a couple of Orcs go at the same time. And before they know it, there's half of your miniatures over here and about a third of their miniatures on the table at the same time. You get good at the sleight of hand stuff. Weighted dice, I've also found, is very, very useful. Make sure to microwave your dice. I would, that's what you need to do. Just to win, you just need to cheat your ass off. Never shower. Never shower. Remember, chemical warfare is also a big advantage if you're playing competitive 40k. Go for the full-on chemical warfare. Remember just not to interact with your opponent at all, just to sit there and go, if they ask any questions, and if they say, well, what does this rule do? You go, just check on the app. Do that sort of thing. You can do that. It's easy. That's all you have to do to win 40k. And so I wouldn't want to make all those competitive players out there cry just by crushing them and their dreams into oblivion. Don't make me unleash the dragon. You made me unleash it once, and I just swept to victory, winning all the GTs all the time. Well won. I won one, but easy. It was easy. Yeah. Never shower. No love paint job. Practice and cheat. Thanks, man. That's all you need to do. So yeah, there's a couple more things I could recommend as well. If you're practicing with strangers in a hobby store or things like that, then go around all the radiators, crank them up to max, make it really hot and uncomfortable in there. Don't forget to swear loads when you're like and rage, and make them feel really uncomfortable as well. You can do that. It's just easy to win 40k. Yeah. What do you think of the lack of named AdMech models in 40k? Well, there is one, and his name is Designate 17. There's a problem with the AdMech range in 40k, isn't there? I mean, I love AdMech. They are my favorite faction per lore. Lore-wise, because they are cyborg space ISIS. They are religious fundamentalists that destroy, murder, death, kill anyone who doesn't believe in anything that they believe in. And there's like, you can think of like, if I went to the future and I had to be a Space Marine, what faction would you like to be? You could imagine being an Orc even. You could imagine being a Space Marine. You could imagine being an Imperial Guardsman. There's even some power fantasies so you could go, I could be an Inquisitor or be this or be that. But no one says, oh, I'd like to go to Warhammer 40k verse and be a Servitor. And my speciality is a microwave. You don't want that. It is horrible. So it's so grimdark. The AdMech, love them. It just screams space ISIS, screams 40k for me. It sums up 40k. And on the battle grid, their models look wonky as all hell. And I like the wonky models because that screams 40k to me as well. Like the big Lord of Skulls thing on the tracks with the axe. The Brass Scorpion that you guys saw at the weekend, look at it. It's a big, giant, metallic, things like that. And there's loads of 40k AdMech models that look like they shouldn't be on a battlefield. Love it. But the 40k ones are a bit spindly. They're all a bit spindly. Why can't he settle down? Look. He settled down in his donut. They're all a bit spindly. In 30k, they're a bit spindly too, but there's also chonky ones like a Castellax, Thanatar, Clockwork Tanks. I feel like the 40k range, not only is it missing a few named characters, which would be nice, but a couple of chonky, Cataphron Breachers, Cataphron Destroyers, they're good. Big chonky Destroyer Servitor models. Why isn't there a couple more model ranges like that? Chonky, even chonkier and even bigger. Some scary looking stuff rather than Mr. Stiltman. Let's have some scary, chonky looking. So it's not just about the name stuff. I don't know who's got their head around the design for the AdMech in 40k at the moment, who's in charge of that. But if he is listening, or she, at any point out there, can we have some bigger, scarier ones, please? Ones that look like absolute murder machine servitors rather than, it'd be nice. It would be nice. The spacesuit robots look ridiculous. See, the spacesuit robots, the Cataphrome robots from the 1950s, they do look ridiculous, but I quite like them because, for two reasons. One, they look ridiculous, but two, they actually look quite big and chunky. And if you scale them up next to a normal human, they are, I mean, imagine the size of them. They're about as tall as a house. And they look like 90. I like them because they're a bit ridiculous and a bit, but they are chunky at least. They're chunky. So other type of big chunky 1950s robots is fine, or clockwork robot, but bigger, not so, spindlier. Spindly stuff, not so good. I've built my cybernetic ceiling drywall installer. What does that mean, Michael Strange? That's very strange. What does that mean? Cybernetic ceiling drywall installer? Martin Mesler. It just kind of feels like Games Workshop has no idea what to do with a faction. I do get that thought. Like Games Workshop, when it comes to Eldar, for example, they seem to know what to do with that faction, which is make it just destroy everything all the time. Someone at Games Workshop has gone absolute boner for Eldar. And that person clearly doesn't work on the AdMech rules because, you know, the AdMech sniper on stilts. Oh, okay, that's what you mean by drywall installer. He's got the stilts on. He can put up, he can reach the ceiling, do the drywall. Genius. Oh, dear. You love them. Are you talking about the Castellan things? Feels like on the tabletop is lacking a little bamf. I know, they used to have so much bamf. So the robots, triple gun robots, they used to have some serious bamf to them. Banff, that's a place in Canadian land. Or you could take all the guns off, put one in the flamer and give them the fists. They used to have so much bamf to them, but they don't have as much bamf these days. Mind you, there's hardly anything in the AdMech Codex that has bamf these days other than the destroyers. I did have another solid look because you guys are telling me I've got to play AdMech. I did have another good look through the AdMech Codex. I've even got it here. Here. I was looking at trying to build a list to play a game and it made my brain bleed, and I need to do a video on it, or maybe talk about it on a live stream about the problem with this book. But it's got so many problems. And I want to play them because they're my favourite faction. You don't mean rules? This feels has no idea what to do with a faction. You don't mean rules, you mean miniatures. Whenever a new mini comes out, it feels like a new art style to me, like the faction is all over the place. Might just be me, though. Yeah, I think the faction... yeah, I see what you mean. There is a style to it, though, which seems to be spindly, like the robot chickens are spindly, and hover tanks, and spindly flyers, and the drywall installer guy. It's not just spindly, though. I mean, when you read the lore with the AdMech in it, it's not just spindly, right? It's chonk as well. The lore... when a Space Marine goes up against a full Skatar, they fight and limbs get they're supposed to be industrial weapon machine things that can rip Space Marines' arms off and stuff. And it looks like only the breaches and destroyers look like they're the only kind of things that can do that at the moment. We need some more hench dudes. What the problem with the Codex? I don't any AdMech. What the problems with the Codex? I don't any AdMech. Leviathan box, £175 at a local game shop. Worth it? ? Plasma Jetty wants to know, chat, whether the Leviathan box for $175, assuming he's living in a land down under, because that's a lot of money. Is that American money? Because that's a lot of money. I think it's £125 here. Maybe it's American money, because in the land down under, it's probably about 5,000. Is the Leviathan box at $175 worth it, chat? Let him know. Yes, no, yes, no. Let me see yeses and nos. US, says Plasma Jet Lee. So US dollars. An AdMech crane robot that can grab and throw dudes would be cool. Exactly. An AdMech crane a robot with multiple arms that has a number of attacks, with some sort of servitor in a cage hanging out the front, with like 4 arms coming up and saws underneath, with some rockets on tracks which they just run into the enemy lines like a berserker. What am I thinking of? Lawnmower, like a massive 40k berserker lawnmower with the arms and the drills and the saw stuff, and it just goes wee and then dies and maybe blows up at the end of it. Something like that. A terror machine, a woe machine would look epic. And we get Mr. Stilts. Nope, nope, no. If you want Space Marines or NIDS, yes. Cameron Heath, Happy New Year from Canada. Happy New Year to you too. I'm glad you didn't get it. Nah, the dollar is catching. Yeah, the dollar is catching. It's not so much, Dickie, that the dollar is catching, it's the pound is falling. It's falling from a cliff. Problem is you're describing Orc Dreads. Okay, yeah, but an AdMech... You got... There's okay, Orc Dreads, yeah. It's similar to Orc Dreads, but there's a few things that work like Orc Dreads. Like a Carnifex works like an Orc Dread. Yeah, Carnifex, Orc Dread, war suits. They've got a similar kind of role function in the army, right? But an AdMech, what are those other ones? These pain engines that the sisters strap themselves into. Those ones. Penitent engine. Them. Something like that for AdMech, but with a servitor, with some things. You know, we can have units that have the same function on the tabletop, but look completely different. The point is, cool looking models. That's the point. Servitor in a cage with claws that throws stuff, and cool looking models instead of Mr. Stilt guy. If I had a choice between 6 Oathbound or 10 Terminators for World Eaters, which would you pick to run with Angron? Ooh. 6 Oathbound or 10 Terminators? And you mean 8-bound? It would be the 6 8-bound, and I'll tell you why. Because all the armies out there can get Terminators, but only World Eaters get 8-bound. So get 8-bound. It's like my Death Guard. The Death Guard next door, I got a couple of Rhinos, but there's Land Raiders and Defilers and things like that you can get for Death Guard, but I haven't got any of them because you can get Land Raiders and Defilers in other armies. All the vehicles that I've got in my Death Guard, apart from the Rhinos, are vehicles that you can only get for the Death Guard. So if I was doing World Eaters, you definitely need your Berserkers. You definitely need Angron. Why wouldn't you? He's a Primarch. As soon as I got him, I painted him. He's next door. He's gorgeous. As soon as the line came out, I got him painted him done. Yeah, if I was running World Eaters, it would be Berserkers in Rhinos. You need Rhinos. It would be a chunk of 8-bound. It would be the Lord Invocatus. It would be the Angron. It would be the units that you can only get in that codex, and times 2 of them at least, maybe times 3. I'm not saying 3 Angrons though. One of him and one of the Lord Invocatuses. One of the named ones, but the other 3. You know, Votann need more models before AdMech. Yes, they do. Votann and World Eaters need more models before AdMech. Those are 2 poorly served codexes. And I'm really looking forward to the next Votann range. Because there's got to be a new range, right? With more AI robots in it. There's got to be a new AI range. There's got to be a new World Eaters range. Oh, you got one guy on a Juggernaut. Why isn't there a fast attack slot, which is Khorne Berserkers on Juggernauts? And then you bring them in units of 3 or 5 or 3 or 6 or 9. And then the Lord Invocatus joins onto them. We need to have Juggerlord World Eater. It's surely it's coming. They released that one model. Surely there's more Jugger Berserkers coming, surely. Thank you, Sasha. Happy New Year to you too. I told my girlfriend's sister she should get the box because she looks like a Tyrannid. The Leviathan box? That's a sick bird. Oh dear. Go gadget legs. Yeah, yeah. An adject. So this is Red Richmond up there. An Admech Caban machine would be cool and fit the army. Yes, exactly. Without the true AI and demonic business. Exactly. Yeah, a Caban machine without the AI and the demonic stuff, but definitely something like that in the AdMech. I mean, they're the AdMech. There should be some big stompy robots in there, right? Other than just the one big stompy robots that they have, which are the Castellan robots. There should be, I mean, tanks. We've got the Stork tank and we've got the Hover tank. Where are the AdMech tanks? They make all the tanks for everyone else. They make the Basilisks, they make the Leman Russes, they make the Storm Lords, for God's sake. Why can't we have some big... They should have... In 30k, you've got the... what is it called? The Ordinatus, which is basically a gun from a starship that they've strapped on some tank traps, and it's like 1,000 points. They make the tanks. We should have some big AdMech tanks as well. Instead of them giving away all the tanks to everyone else, they should make some big tanks to themselves. And if anyone's read Hell's Reach, is it Hell's Reach with the Ordinatus in it? Fantastic book with the bit at the end with the big tank. Oh, that is full on hardcore mode for 40k. That is. Is it Hell's Reach with the Ordinatus with the tank? It's one of the books that Aaron Dembski Bowden wrote, and it's either Hell's Reach or Armageddon or one of them, because there was his Grimaldus set of books that linked together. Sorry, what's the new army? Iron Hands for 30k and possibly also 40k. As well, and possibly adding to my orcs, which isn't really new. Just adding to them. I want to add to the new orcs. Waiting for the new codex to come out. Add to the orcs. Talk to Den of Imagination because they painted all the orcs. It's in Hell's Reach. Thank you. And then add all the orcs. I want more orcs. But then when it comes, but you probably won't see the new orcs for like 6 months until the new codex comes out, because I need to get them. I need to build them. I need to figure out what to send them up to Den of Imagination, then back again, all that sort of stuff. But Hell's Reach, yes. When new orcs? They're saying new orcs are coming. There's 2 new codexes are coming in the spring, and one is orcs. What's the other one, guys? They put it in their thing, in their release schedule. Is the other one Votann? See, one of the new codexes that they really need to work on is Eldar. You'd think that would get Eldar in the spring. That codex needs sorting. Sorting, mate. It needs flipping and sorting. So why don't we have a new Eldar codex? But no, that's going to be like a year. Tau Custodes. Is it Tau or is it Custodes? Dark Angels, Orcs, Custodes, Tau, and Chaos Space Marines. That's 5. Dark Angels. Oh yeah, the Dark Angels Deathwind box set. That looks fire, by the way. With the all the new Terminators and the new sprues in it, and the things. The new Deathwing box set looks lovely. Custodes, they could probably do with the new codex as well. They could do with the new model range as well. Custodes could do with a couple of new things as well. And by new things, I don't mean another Land Raider, or a new sprue of something for Custodes would be nice. A new type of Terminator sprue, or a new type of fast attack thing, like a fast attack tank, would be nice. A new kind of transport, skimmery transport, would be nice for the Custodes. I'd really like to see that. Tau need help. Chaos Space Marines don't need help. You'd like a new model, Tiffany. Yes, Tiffany, you and me, I would love a new model for the Custodes, like a fast skimmery thing or a transport. Dickie, thank you for gifting a membership. You are a legend. Red Richmond, don't forget to say thank you, Dickie, if you're in the chat. Thank you, Dickie. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Plastify the Forge World Dreads. Yeah, see, I talked about it earlier. That's a good thing they could do, because they've said that the Horus Heresy stuff is coming out in plastic over time, and we're seeing it getting released in plastic over time. What they could do is release plastic versions for the Custodes Dreads for Heresy, because we know what those rules are. And then when they release the Custodes Codex for 40k, stick him in there as well. And there'll be Contemptor Pattern Dreads, the Galatus Dread and the Achilles Dread with the thing, plastic models, See, thank you, Dickie, real MVP. Dickie, legend. So yeah, they could release those plastic contempted dreadnoughts for 30k and 40k for the Custodes at the same time. Goes across the two game systems, just like Demons goes across for AOS and Demons goes across for 40k. They'd sell a lot of them. I don't know why they don't do this. I don't know why they don't release some, not all. We're talking 10-15% of models which could cross over to two different game systems. It just seems like a no-brainer for me. They just sell more stuff. Custodes aren't meant to be a typical army. No, they're not. Their bodyguard force messages maybe mean... Yeah, well, that's a good question. They're not meant to be a typical army. They are meant to be a body... But you've got the Dawn of Fire series from Games Workshop. And I'm on book 2 or 3, right? I've been finding that one hard going. But the 10,000 have been much more active in the galaxy since Guilliman returned. Guilliman returned, he met the Emperor, he's doing his new Indomitus Crusade, he's got a new spreadsheet, he's told the Custodes, look, you guys are coming with me. And then Trajan Valoris is like, right, yeah, we've been a bit too idle for a bit too long. Not 10 years, not 100 years, not 1,000 years. We've been a bit too idle for 10,000 years. And one of the best ways to defend the Emperor, which is their primary thing, would be offense is the best form of defense, would be to be a bit more offensive. So in the lore now, they have done a bit more of got together with a shield captain, destroyed a thing. Got together with two shield captains. They often have two come together to do a thing. And... you can remember that on the tabletop, like 2,000 points of Custodes is like 12 of them. And in the lore, there's 12 of them. 20, 30 of them. There's lore reasons now for them doing more things now than there have been before. And they would certainly have dreadnoughts. And they do certainly have dreadnoughts. They had them in 30k, they have them in 40k. And they have the best dreadnoughts. So let's have some plastic dreadnoughts. Where are we? Custodes should stay small. Let's keep my two. Yeah, they 9 times out of 10, Custodes forces should be small, and by small I mean 5 or 10 guys. In the lore, 5 or 10 guys attached to something doing a thing, or small as in a small strike team attached to salamanders, imperial guards, sisters, whatever. Don't attach them to sisters though, because every time you get Custodes and sisters together, the sisters just fangirl it all the time. That's in like the Dawn of Fire thing. There's a couple of sisters. There's the Chamber Militant bump into these Custodes. Well, not bump into, but they get together to do a thing, and the sisters are fangirl. Oh my god, have you seen the Emperor? And the Custodes is like, yes. Oh my god, can I get an autograph? And the Custodes is like, okay, I can get the autograph. Oh my god, can I touch your breastplate? And the Custodes is like, yep, you can touch my breastplate. And the fan goes, okay, we'll get a selfie. The sisters are all getting selfies around the Custodes because, oh my god, he's been touched by the Emperor and he's seen him, oh my god. And they're like, basically having... They're fangirling every single moment for the next bit. It's just it's a bit cringe. And then when they're getting back home to their fortress monasteries, they're putting up all the post-its on the wall and all blowing up all the selfie images everywhere, listening to boy band music, a bit of Busted, a bit of One Direction, a bit of K-pop, with all these posters of the Custodes all over the place. They're absolutely loving it. Not the best tactical choice to make sure have Custodes fighting alongside sisters. One feels that makes the sisters a bit less effective in close combat. Oh dear. But yeah, 9 times out of 10 they should just stay small, strike team, this. But 1 time in 10, the hammer needs to strike the anvil. The Custodes need to get together with a few tanks, with a few dreadnoughts, with a few thing, and just absolutely destroy a thing 1 time out of 10. I'm down with that. And I'm glad they put it in the new lore as well, that they do that. I said to do. They do that sometimes as well in the new lore. Like before Guilliman got there, I had problems with them as a standalone force. But these days, in the Indomitus era, yes. Okay, here is a strike team of 30 guys with some tanks and a dreadnought, and we are taking over not just that city, not just that world, but that system, smash, and destroying everything. I love that. They can do that. They can do that. Plasma GT, you were not the only person that likes Space Wolves. There are at least 2. Space Wolves are cool, are very cool. Dickie, I agree. Space Wolves, they're the boys. Yeah. What are we talking about? Where are we? We're an hour in. Thank you, everyone. What were we talking about at the minute? Beginning. New army. Yes, that was it. I've been a bit distracted. Oh dear. Imagining Sisters of Battle just creaming themselves over Custodes. New year, new resolution. Has anyone got any new resolutions for new armies and things? Bueller? Anyone? My new army is going to be these guys. I am hopefully going to get that way around. Going to put a few of them in 40k as well. That's the plan. I mean, you say they hope they bring back Russ. They're going to bring them all back, mate. Your resolution is not to buy any new armies. That's a great resolution. The old world. The old world is coming. Yes. Me and the old world, what I'm going to do with the old world is the same thing that I did with the Legion Imperialis, is wait for other people to play it first and find out how good a game it is, because my brain can only take in a couple of systems. So I've got 40k, I've got Heresy. We'll see what the old world. Yes, that's hard enough. Plus, I did some Legio Imperialis, which is coming on Sunday. The old world. I need to wait and see. And also, as well, like, get an old world army. How do I get that? Like, say I got it, then I've got to paint it all up to 2,000 points, or send it away to Den of Imagination for them to paint, which will take them months before it gets back to me to get it. It's a process. It's a long process. I am but one guy, unlike lots of other big YouTubers out there that have their painters, that have their studios working with them, who have their in-house painters and get stuff done really, really quickly. I rely on the generosity of people coming here to play me. I rely on the generosity of patrons. I rely on the generosity of members. I rely on all of this channel would not exist without you and without the unpaid interns who come around here and help make the magic happen, like Sultan, Steve Not Rob, and Chewy. And I feel like when I start naming some, I should just keep naming them. Because a few of them will watch this and go, you didn't name me, but sod you all. That's enough names for now. Oh dear. Working on your Death Watch. Nice. Death Watch are cool. Enjoying playing them and my orcs at the moment. I love playing orcs. And Death Watch are cool. Yeah. Did anyone else hear that? Sorry, I sneeze quite a lot. Twisted septum. It rubs on the inside of my nose. Not to buy any new models and to get all mine painted. That never happens. You'll never. Thank you. Yes, bless you too. You'll never get them through them all. It doesn't happen. My pile of shame has grown exponentially over the last month because I've added a lot of these. There's a lot of stuff up there. I mean, I'm sticking some of it together. I did actually add to the Necrons the other day. Like, I got the new character models, right? But I didn't actually stick them together. So that's Imatech, that's Oricon, that's the new Overlord with the translocation shroud. All three of these look really cool. And I really want to add them to my AdMech. But 1 minute. And instead I bought 2 Annihilation Barges and painted them instead. Because I don't have any Annihilation Barges, so I thought I'll paint them up. And I'm playing Stylus on Thursday, and I'm going to play my Necrons because I really want to play with my 2 Annihilation Barges, and I didn't know what sort of data detachment to run them with. And I haven't done the one where you can pull the miniatures off at the end of your opponent's turn and then bring them back in again. And if they have Deep Strike, and put them in back into strategic reserve at the end of your opponent's turn, and then at the end of the movement phase in your movement phase, you put them back on the table again. And if they have Deep Strike a la Monolith, then you can Deep Strike them. Basically, at the end of your opponent's turn, pick up your Monolith in your turn, put them back on again. That sounds cool. Haven't done that one yet. Want to play that one with my new Annihilation Barges. No idea when I'm going to get the characters done. Has anyone played with Orokin Diviner or the new Necron dude with the Translation Shroud or the store? Has anyone played with them yet? Are they any good? One question, are they any good? And the second question is, if you have played with them, which one do I need to paint up first? Which one is the most effective or fun to play in game? Anyone? Happy New Year, CJ. You're looking to kit bash a Harud force. That'll take some time. Pile of shame, man. I got them. I got my tanks. I got so much. I mean, in there, I got 3 boxes of the Horus Heresy thing. The one with the Mark III iron armor, which is where those dreadnoughts came from for the Iron Hands and things. Would be great to get another Say Hi Paul bat rep with you. I know, Datsun Des. I am missing Say Hi Paul. So here's the thing about Say Hi Paul. He plays a lot of different games, and I think this particular edition and the last edition, for those who've watched Say Hi Paul's YouTube channel, he didn't get on with the last edition very well, and he hasn't got on with this edition very well. But he has been getting back into Heresy. And I'm going up to play him for the first time in over a year next month with some Heresy games. And I'm hopefully then, if he's not enjoying 40k very much, he'll still enjoy his Space Marines a lot in the Heresy setting. And if there's one person who could play narrative Heresy, it's Say Hi Paul. So I'm really looking forward to playing a few games with him. I think on his channel he's been mainly playing AOS. Or was mainly playing AOS. So yeah, I miss the bugger and would love to play some games with him. Lewis, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. You legend. What are you hoping to see in the Death Watch Codex? What am I hoping to see in the Death Watch Codex? In the Death Watch Codex, the Xenos Hunters themselves, well, they gave them some of the Primaris love, right? So the number one thing that the Death Watch need is some more Primaris love. So they needed to expand the range of Death Watch available models to include a couple of Gladiuses, the Gladii, them, Gladiator. Some of the things from the Space Marine Codex could easily slip into, like a warm slipper, into the Death Watch Codex. That's what I'd like to see first and foremost in there. I also think that there could be, again, whenever a new codex is released, I want to see at least one new sprue, unique sprue to that range. And the one thing that would fit really well into the Death Watch range that no one else has, I think, would be because they teleport in, they do their stuff, but they also do a lot of scouting and reconning stuff. They also do a lot of Raven Guard-esque stuff or strike and fade stuff. So a thing that would fit in really well with them would be some bikes or some skimmers, some sort of that sort of thing for something like that. And by bikes, I mean like a jet bike version. They're the Death Watch. Give them a jet bikey version or a jet skimmery or an attack skimmery type thing. I'd like to see a sprue like that in the Death Watch. Would be epic, as well as some Primaris love. Now, back before Belisarius put grav on everything, like Gladiuses and Repulsors and all of them, we would have said, hey, 1 minute, skimmers on bikes. No, everything's tracked. Everything's predators and land raiders and rhinos. Oh my. Why Grav? Well, Grav is making a comeback. Grav is the new black. So some fast, scouty, strike and fade, I can envisage that fitting quite well in the Death Watch code. They already do the teleport thing. We've got that down. We've got Terminators. But the other piece from their lore is you could put in there, I think. That's what I'd like to see. What would you like to see? Last 2 editions doing their best to kill the narrative playstyle. I know, man. What happened to Casual 40k? Why is there not an open war deck? Why is there not a casual book list thing that there needs? It's a very min-max system right now. That's what 40k is. It's but it's your 40k. Play 40k your way. You can play whatever missions you want. You can play the Leviathan mission deck, or you can make up your own missions with your friends, attack, defend, whatever you want to do. Talk to your opponents beforehand, talk to your group beforehand, and play 40k your way. It's your 40k, not their 40k. So it's easier to play casual 40k when there's some sort of structure to it that Games Workshop help with by providing us with, so we can go, okay, that's what's in the main rulebook, or here's the Maelstrom deck, or here's an open war deck, we can play it. Here's the structure, this is how we do it. It's gives us the inspiration and permission to play a certain way. Without that, it makes it a little bit harder because we have to use both of our brain cells. And yeah, but you can still play casual 40k. I play a lot of casual 40k. Say hi, Orcs versus Winter's Orcs would be a fun bat rep. I don't think he's loving the old 40k at the moment. Murphy's War. Indeed, Murphy's War. I need to add to Murphy's War. Start with Imhotep the Stormlord out of those 3. Thank you, Drop Dice Gaming. Someone actually answered the question. Start with Imhotep the Stormlord. I'm going to take him and put him on my desk. I will do Imhotep the Stormlord tomorrow. The Prussian Bastard. €10. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you, sir. Who's your favourite commissar and why is it Caiaphas Cain? Right, Caiaphas Cain. Thank you. Thank you so much. Caiaphas Cain is a great character. And the book where he crash lands on the Orc planet, I forget which one it is. I think it's the 4th one in the series. And he's trying to get off the planet from A to B to the spaceport to get off and accidentally liberates the whole planet on the way. Is brilliant. That is the best Caiaphas Cain book by a mile. Which one is that one? Seen as the Prussian Bastard. You seem to know. Is it number 4? And what is the name of that book? Because we need to get that name in the chat and recommend it to everyone. Everyone out there, you need to read this Caiaphas Cain book. It's great. That one is like a 9 out of 10. All the other Caiaphas Cain books, not all of them, some of them are really good, and some of them are a bit mid. I've said it. I know, I've said it. It can be a bit samey, but that book is fantastic, and I recommend it to anyone, and I've forgotten the name of that one. So, my favourite commissar. Do you want to live forever? It's Gaunt, man. It's Gaunt. It's got to be Gaunt. One of the best games in the world was created by playing one game and making it their own. They sat on the ball. Yeah, rugby. Yeah. One of the best games in the world? Rugby? Dickie, I'm an American football fan. Book 4, Death or Glory. Is that what it's called? Death or Glory? The Prussian Bastard. Guys, in the chat, people in the chat and people watching this afterwards, get Death or Glory from the Caiaphas Cain series and read it, or get it on Audible. You don't need... This is the thing about Caiaphas Cain. See, Gaunt's Ghost books, actually, this can be recommended. The Gaunt's Ghost series is progressional. Oh, and if you do get into Gaunt's Ghosts, I'm warning you now, try not to get too attached to any of the characters in it because it's humans in the 40k verse. The death toll is way too damn high. It's Dan Abnett will kill people you love, will kill people you hate, and will kill people for spite, and kill people for fun, and kill people by accident. A lot of people die in Gaunt's Ghosts. I've shed tears. Particularly when you're book 12 in and suddenly he kills that guy and you're like, what? He was so pivotal. How can you kill that named character? What are you doing? And he does. That's what Dan Abnett does. And I like that about Gaunt's Ghost. Actually, it's part of the realism. Kaeva's Kane is progressional, but not as progressional as Gaunt's Ghost. Each book, you can actually read it as a standalone book. You don't need to know what happened to the book before to read the next book out. And I have done all the Kaeva's Kane books as well. They're lovely. Book 4, Death or Glory, is really good. It's funny. It's... I don't know. There's just something about that one. It's funny, but it's I don't know. There's stakes in it. Some of the other ones can be yeah. Sandy Mitchell, well done. Hats off to you. A great series there. Kaeva's Kane, well done. My new army is not Eldar. It's never Eldar. It's never going to be Eldar. Craftworld Eldar. Craftworld Eldar are the Lego in the carpet of Warhammer 40k. There, I've said it. American football is stop and go. I've never made it through a game. I've tried. See, this is the thing. Rugby, which you love, has many set plays, and football has many set plays. Football has like free kicks, throw-ins, penalties. Rugby has the scrum, lots of set plays, as well as, yeah. American football is a game of just set plays. Every play is a set play. And so if you like set plays in your sports, your free kicks, your throw-ins, your whatever, scrum, it's a game of set plays. And I have watched American football since the Rams faced Denver at the very first Wembley Bowl. I think it was in 1986. I think it was the very first NFL game in Wembley. And it was the LA Rams versus Denver. And I watched it on Channel 4 back in the day. And the game was decided by a Hail Mary throw to the end zone at the very end of the game. And the team that I decided to support on the day, having known nothing about American football, was Denver, and then they lost. But if they'd have caught that Hail Mary throw, they'd have won. And I've supported Denver ever since. But I like a number of teams now. I'm older now, and some teams come and some teams go. And don't even talk to me about Russell Wilson. But I've followed American football through since then. I think it was 86. It was great. American football is super boring. Hockey is the best sport to watch in North America. I don't remember seeing many Eldar games on your channel. Am I missing them, or do you tend not to play with them on... there was one recently. Was it for members, or was it on a Sunday? There was an Eldar one recently on the channel. There's a lot of facts. It all depends on people coming to see me with their armies. I don't have Eldar, so you won't see me playing with Eldar. It depends on who comes here with Eldar. Personally, I love killing Eldar. I like going up against them. Not so much in this edition. But I like killing Eldar. Nothing wrong with killing an Eldar, but it always... The Farseer Winters is not a thing. Get out of here. James March. Is that real James March? Yeah. It's... No. I like killing Eldar, but you'll never see me play them. James, you threw me off with the Farseer Winters thing. I was on flow. I forgot what I talked about. It is you. Hi, James March from marchofwar.co.uk. Check out marchofwar.co.uk for all your basing needs and conversion needs and terrain and things like that. James, while you're at it, you sent me down that massive care pack with all the things in, and I said, that's it. I don't want any more things for a while. I need a few more breacher shields for my Death Guard. I haven't got enough. I need like 10 more. Dear. Lol, need those t-shirts again. We don't need those t-shirts. We don't know. Farseer Winters is not a thing. I want a fast-paced game of no set plays. There's always snooker. Snooker is a game. Surely that's a game of set plays. It stops and then starts and stops and starts and stops. It isn't. I don't know. American football is designed to help you eat food and drink beer while you ask your mates what just happened. Boom. There you go. Saint squash. See? Perfect. Drink food, eat beer, wait. Something like that. That's like cricket. Cricket's like that in the UK. Cricket is a game where you can drink food, eat beer all day with your mates in the summer heat. And what was that? And you always miss the six, or you always miss the run out, or they always miss the. Never been a massive cricket fan, but it's had its moments. Like I remember the first time the England won the Ashes after not winning the Ashes for like a decade or something, and that was back in the noughties. And watching that series all the way through the summer with some of my friends, that was epic. Watching that, you know, you've got to watch the epic moments every now and then, haven't you? Farseer Winters is not a thing. Stop it, John Battle. I'll put you in a timeout. It's definitely not a thing. No one knows what you're talking about anyway. It's old news. We're moving on to the future. We're in 2024. New year, new resolution. Anyone's got any new resolutions, by the way? Dickie, it does take a lot of balls to play snooker. It does. Yeah. Anyone's got any New Year's resolutions? Anyone at all? Do they actually think? Do New Year's resolutions actually work? People have New Year's resolutions and they don't seem to make it past Tuesday. You know what I mean? You've just painted Cabanda, James March, to come and see me. You're going to bring Cabanda here on the 10th with your word bearers. I'm thinking we should... could you get up to 4,000 points of word bearers by then? Damn, mind you. What would be good against... I don't think I've got... I've got a lot of... I just recently got a supply drop from Forge World. Forge World doesn't exist anymore, but I spent 300 quid on Mechanicum stuff from Forge World. I got some more Thanatars, some more Thalaxi, and some more Castellax robots up there. A lot of. And the idea is to round out my Mechanicum force. I have about 5,000 points. I don't think I'll have about 4,000. Anyway, we'll talk about it. If you could get a 5k army painted and dumped on your lap, which one would it be? 5k army painted and dumped on my lap, which one would it be? I really want to add to my orcs. I want to add to my, I want to see what's in the new codex and add a chunk to my orcs. So it's not a new army. It would be, and my orcs as well. I think I've got about 3,500 points worth of orcs. I think I'd really like to get that up to about 6,000 points worth of orcs, which gives me a big amount of variety. I need like 6 Deathcopters. I'd like to, no, do they come in units of, 1 minute. Are Deathcopters units of 1 now? Because in that case, I need 3 of them. I need 2 Death Dreads. I need like 20 of the squiggy guys. I need the guys on the big hobby things. I need a couple of kill rigs. Some of the new range. I really want to add a chunk of stuff too for my orcs. That's off the top of my head is the answer to that question. Yeah. Yes. Word bearers and Cabanda. That'll make me sub for sure. Yeah. James March is coming down on the 10th of January and we are playing his word bearers. And the only thing I've got in my brain, because it can actually, word bearers on Kauth, Cabanda, You word bearers don't. You got Isfan 5, right? Word bearers on Isfan 5 versus Raven Guard. Then you could do Raven Guard versus word bearers Isfan 5. And I don't think Cabanda turned up on Isfan 5. But maybe in the 3 months he was on Isfan 5 for 90 days while getting chased mainly by the World Eaters, but also Word Bearers and also across the surface of Isfan 5 before they managed to get off of it. maybe in our narrative, Kabanda turned up at some point with the word bearers because they were summoned in, and we could do an Isfahan 5 narrative. But then I need to go out and buy loads of black sand. It can't all be black sand. It's like the Urgal Depression was full of black sand, but not the whole thing. Murphy wants more spores. Exactly, Guts McStabby. What a great name, Guts McStabby. Yes, he wants more spores. Drop Dice Gaming, New Year's resolution, get your head around playing Thousand Suns. I do like those Thousand Suns rules. The psychic phase is gone, except for the Thousand Suns. I do like their little mechanic. It's like I like the World Eaters mechanic. I do like, okay. Yeah, so you should get your head around playing Thousand Suns because it's fun. You've gone hard on the word bearers and demons. So, because in the book for 30k, there's the 2 rites of wars, and one of them is basically Isfahan 5 and earlier, which is less demons, how they used to fight. And the other one is like Kauth and later, which is word bearers and demons, like after. I guess they could have fought against anyone. Like, after, I mean, their natural opponent from Kauth onwards is Ultramarines, right? But anyone is fine. Martin Meltzer, thank you for joining the 13th Tier 3. Welcome to the fleet. Well done. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tier 3 access gets you access to the Discord. Jump into the Discord, say hi to everyone, and get you a battle report, extra battle report every single Winter's Wednesday. And tomorrow, the extra battle report is Orcs. Yes, it's Orcs. Definitely. Love to see a 30k game with Solar Auxilia. So would I. Solar Auxilia is playing 30k on hard mode. What's that? Promise is a promise. Go word bearers. Nice, man. Thank you. So because James March came in, Martin said word bearers in Kabanda. That'll make me sub for sure. And then he subbed. James, I owe you a beer, mate. Thank you. Thank you, Martin. Oh, like 10 years this year. 2024 will be 10 years of doing the YouTubes for me. In August, 10 years of doing the YouTubes. I can't believe I'm here. it's like 2 or 3 years of doing this full time and I'm still here. It makes my brain itch. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the support that I get from my members, from the patrons, from people like James March from March of War helping me out, and from all the people who come around to play me, to play games. It's been an honor and a privilege, and it still makes my brain melt. And then Martin Meltzer comes along and just subs just like that. It's humbling, guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Stuart's here. Happy New Year to you too. Look at the heresy chat. We do the things we'll do. How far are we in? An hour and a half. I normally do these for about an hour because I know that people get sick of my voice after a while. I've got the Grey Knights on the list. I'm going to put that on the thing. Thank you for that suggestion. I do need to get them out. There's the Grey Knights. I've got the Storm Lords. I'm going to paint them tomorrow. Paint the Storm Lord up tomorrow. Those are on my painting table right now. We'll add to that. Thank you to the Mug Club, the 33 people who are part of the Mug Club. I talked about the old world earlier on in the stream. Silo, thanks for swinging by. And I will call it there, I think. It's been emotional. I'm really sweaty now. Look at that. I need to go and shower. And he's still there. He took us on the whole... Look. Pussy. Normally he leaves. But clearly he's enjoying it in here right now. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for all the new members and all the things and all the likes and the clicks and stuff. And yes, you've joined late, mate. Sorry. Normally some Tuesdays, Talkie Tuesdays, sometime between 6:30, 7:30 on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday. It'll either be an STC podcast. I haven't actually done one with Warsmith Chris recently because he's gonna have a baby in January, and it is January, so he's gonna be a daddy. So I don't know how much time he's got at the moment. I imagine not much. But yeah, Tuesdays is the talkie times with me on the Tuesdays. Be around between 6:30 and 7:30. Meet me here. Wednesdays, the member stuff. Sunday, all the free stuff for everyone. And then Fridays, Saturdays, if there's releases, if there's reveals, and if there's extra videos I need to make. Normally Fridays, actually, not Saturday. I don't know. Things like that. And then filming and painting and all the stuff in the week. I've been thinking about doing more live streams and chatting to you guys more often, because I do actually enjoy having a good chat with you guys. It's refreshing. It's nice. It's kind. It's good. I like talking about 40k. You know, like when you guys are sat down with your mates and you're just chatting away and talking about lists or talking about ideas or talking about a book that you read or it's nerds nerding out over the hobby is part of the hobby, right? It's part of the thing that we enjoy. So, yeah. Anyway, Happy New Year. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you, everyone, for all your support and things. I've got to remember to press that button and that button at the same time. And happy Wargaming.